Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I am in town and it is my spending day, it's my errand day. If you've been around here for a while, you know that I do all of that stuff on Fridays. Well, today is the day. So I got my Carl's Jr., my fries. And so now I just thought I would give you guys a handful of tips I was thinking about the other day. About how to make this frugal living journey that we're all on go a little bit smoother, and how we can kind of exponentially make it better. So the first one that I wanted to say was to know your numbers. And the reason, I know everybody says that, track your spending, all of that. And sure, you should probably do that. That's not what I'm talking about though. What I'm talking about is, do you know how much money you make? Like after taxes, do you know how much hits your account? Do you know how much you are spending on housing? Not just for your rent, but what your utilities are costing you every month. Is that an area you could cut back on? Maybe, go on a tangent for a week and all those lights that everybody's leaving on, turn them off, right? Things like that. As far as knowing how much literally everything is costing you and how much you're using. Are you having to double wash your, a load of clothing because you left it in overnight? Now it smells weird, so now you have to wash it again. Those kinds of things are things that we can adjust and we can just do better at. And that's what I mean by knowing your numbers. Know how much you're spending on all of this stuff. Not just tracking your spending, but also tracking your usage of things. Or do you have a whole bunch of bottles of shampoo with just that much in them? Do you have a whole bunch of veggies that need to be used up in your refrigerator? Those kinds of numbers are what I'm talking about as far as what you're using regularly, not necessarily what you're spending, but how you're using the things that you already purchased, right? Okay, the next one is making your money work as hard as you do. So instead of having our emergency funds or all of our sinking funds in just a regular savings account, if we put it in a high yield savings account, at least we're making some money on that. And I think right now, well, at the bank that I have, it is right now about 5%. And that is a whole heck of a lot better than your average savings account, right? So, and not just that, but let's say we have a good amount of money sitting in an account that's not making anything. Or let's say it is in a high yield savings account. Could that money be making more if it was invested? And we have an investment guy that we deal with. We've had him for years. Love him. He's great. He's now retiring, but the guy who was taking over for him, I just met yesterday. He's also great. And so anyway, finding someone like that you can trust to help you invest and to teach you how to invest, that is key. Because nobody saves their way to being wealthy. That's done through investments. And so it's just something I wanted to put out there, because I know we're in this community, especially in the frugal community and whatever, we are all about saving money. Absolutely. But then we got to do something with that money. Otherwise, it just sits there. And we all know that inflation is eating away at any money that's not earning anything, right? Okay, so there's that one. And then the next one is, maybe you should be spending more, which seems kind of counterproductive with what we were just talking about as far as saving money and all of that. But here's why I say that. Let's say you have a full-time job, and on your weekends you are spending them mowing the grass, doing your laundry, cleaning the house, meal planning, all of that stuff. But you want to make more, or you just want to have some time, right? And let's say in your budget you do have some wiggle room. maybe you choose one of those items to hire out. Maybe it's the lawn care, right? Maybe it's have somebody come in and clean for you, do the deep cleaning stuff twice a month. Maybe it is hiring someone to do your meal prepping. And I know that seems weird, but you're still going to be you'll be eating healthy. You'll still be, paying attention to your groceries. There would be so many benefits to have somebody to do that, right? And that would free up so much time for you to do other things or just relax, because that does not have a big enough, people don't appreciate that as much, I think, as they should. But the next one is just going back to the basics, right? We have an app for everything. People have like their budgeting apps. They have investment apps. They have apps for everything. Grocery apps, all of this stuff. And I'm wondering how much we would actually be, how improved our finances would be if we just went back to kind of how Grandma did it, right? As far as having your money, your grocery money in an envelope. You have, money, gas money in an envelope. You have spending money in an envelope. You have all of this money in an envelope. And then when you need to spend it, say out of your checking account or whatever, you just deposit the money and use it that way. But I think, well, I know this to be true, especially for myself, but apparently, technically, this is how most people are. When we see cash, it actually computes in our brain rather than just seeing numbers on a screen. So my niece told me this story the other day, that her and her family were out and she had $30 in her wallet and they were going to get boba. And she did, and it was $15. That was literally half the money that was in her wallet. And she said, I about had a heart attack. I was like, nope, the spending's over, not doing it. But she said that if she would have seen that, and if she just would have used her debit card, right, it wouldn't have had that same effect. And she said, and I would have just thought, oh, $15 isn't bad. Because it wouldn't have registered that it was half of what she had left over for spending money. So those are the kinds of things I'm saying about getting back to basics. Writing it down, like literally with a pen, writing your budget down, using the cash envelope system, just taking all of this static out and just simplifying the whole thing, right? Streamlining it. This is the money that's for this. This is the money that's for this. This is the money that's for this. Maybe you have some investments and you have some savings. Automatically goes to where it needs to go. That's the best way to do it, is just have it automatic. This is where it's going. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then I have what's left over. And having your priorities in check so that let's say it's a month that you make more, right? So everything over your, say, $2,000 budget, whatever comes in over that is automatically going to X, Y, or Z, whatever your priority is for that month or that goal that you have right now. So if any of these were helpful, guys, give me a thumbs up. And the thing is we got this. It's totally fine. We don't have to be all up in arms. I mean, right now everything's crazy, inflation, whatever, and it's an election year, so that's a little sketchy by itself. But we can totally harness the things that we have control over. And that's what I'm talking about, is all the stuff that we have control over and just making it as easy as possible on us, because Lord knows life is hard. So if we can make it as easy as possible on us to do the things that we know we need to do or should do or whatever our goals are, that's what I think the direction we need to be going. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one, and I'm going to go finish all my errands. So I will see you next time.